Yeah. So, welcome in, folks. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing? It is time. The day has come. 4.0 is now public, and I'm sitting on the login screen. So it's good times. How you doing, everybody? Good to see you. Thank you for hopping in here. This is not what I was expecting to do today, but CIG is as CIG does, and that is unpredictable. Whoa! I just wanted to close the door. So 4.0 has been dropped to the first wave of PTU. That is, technically it's EPTU, but it's the first wave availability. It's kind of similar to what we've been seeing already with Evocati, but now it's out to a wider group. I honestly feel better about playing it. It feels a little bit more right. And also the org is going to be in. So anybody who's part of the org who wants to join us today, it's just kind of open gameplay for anybody who wants to join in for like our first jump over to Pyro together. I'm currently in the pre-planning stages of that. My login has started, supposedly. I did a character reset this morning, and the game has struggled a little bit with handling that. So we will see when I actually can get into the game. But as you may have noticed, going around different streams and looking at what's going on, some people are in, some people are not. Some people are stuck in the menu. Some people are stuck at the desktop. It's, you know, it's new release time. This is how it be. Until we get into the game, though, we're going to chat a little bit. Questions, answers, anything you guys want to talk about. And hopefully this gets a move on. Was kind of expecting this. Obviously, we heard that PTU is going out yesterday. So I took the chance to put together a video. And you can kind of probably... You might have seen that video pop up on YouTube. I've already released it. Just talking about going to PTU, what's involved so far, what's going on, what changes are coming up. But I'll continue to cover this probably more in depth over the next couple of weeks with IAE going on, though. There's just so much. There's so much to cover. I almost don't know what to even talk about. Wow, Togum Nomad. Hey, been a minute since you've been in the stream and played Star Citizen. You're back for this. Welcome in. What brought you back? Just the prospect of 4.0, or is it that time of the year? Why would you go anywhere else for this? Well, other people might actually be in the game already and have probably been streaming for hours today. So kind of just lead right into it. I just went live, so I understand. Y'all gonna trickle in. It's gonna take a little minute. That's okay. Valis, thank you for the sub, dude. Getting us started off strong no matter what. Appreciate you, buddy. 10-month streak. Hope your month's going well, your week's going well. And there's our 19,000. So we gotta start over. You've been waiting for 20 minutes for your email confirmation for the PTU account copy over. Yeah, it's been slow today for some reason. I think those are the problems I'm still dealing with here. Probably going to try sometime next week. It's going to be pretty difficult this weekend, I think. But that's why I'm here. So you don't have to bang your head against the computer like this. Just watch the video on 4.0. Is rep planned for the initial 4.0 launch? We don't know for sure, but it's looking like they're going to do a full wipe at 4.0. Have they said how long it'll be up? I'm assuming this is permanent. I don't think this is going to go back down. I think we are now in 4.0 time. Hauling changes, and now that progress can hopefully start happening. I hope you're not early, Toga. You might want to give it a couple more months. We'll see what they do. I think we'll really start to feel it in earnest, though, maybe next summer. Q2, Q3 of next summer. And even then, I'm sure we're going to have our ups and down times of the year. But I definitely think that like 4.0 is going to have some growing pains. Fitting in, you know. You can't just squeeze into a hole. You got to feel it out a little bit. You got to make sure it fits. Don't take that the wrong way, guys. Come on. I can already hear your brains ticking. You hope Pyro and 4.0 are coming with a reset, clean start. Same here. I do too. North Shore Boy, just joined the Discord. You think you're going to join the org? You like the sound of it? Dude, org's good fun. I would advise. You'll get to see them first hand today. Well, third hand, second hand. Somewhat of a hand. You'll see the org today as we go and adventure into Pyro for the first time. Floodgates. Shut your mouth, citizen Scott. I don't want to hear no floodgates talk. How do you access 4.0? You'll have to copy your account to the PTU. Right now it's available for just Wave 1 folks, Wave 1 testers. 19,000 again. Yeah, I think this server recopy is killing me. Because I don't know if 19,000 is really something you'd get right now. It's mostly 60,000 and 9,000. Mix those together and what do you get? 19,000. Something like that. I don't know. 4.0 has some new economy stuff, so bet a reset. I hope that means a reset, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are getting the 6,000. That doesn't even let you get to this point, right? That's stopping you at the desktop. To fix the 6,000, just keep trying to log in. Love the Starfield background, dude. I've had... See? Look at this error. Your character is in repair or reset. We will resume login shortly. So clearly, reset is lagging up right now. I guess a lot of people maybe have been doing it this morning in prep. Servers are borked. Well, we've done this before. Done plenty of streams like this. Luckily, it's not a big deal to us because we got plenty to talk about. They're about to shut it down for the day. You're going to get a $250 PC to play this game. Wow. That's, okay. That's a goal. I wish you the best of luck with that. Is 4.0 thing real? Well, technically we haven't seen it with our own eyes. So technically, I guess it's still fake. Picks or it didn't happen, and we don't have picks yet. I'll say this, 4.0 is running better than this for the entirety of Evocati. Welcome to what happens when they start to make the testing population bigger. Somebody was asking, why do they do waves like this? Why does it make sense? This is one of the reasons. If they just took the new patches out and were like, okay, test it, everybody, all the millions of you, all the thousands of you, however many the people there are, it would do this and they wouldn't get any data. Pushing it to smaller groups first means you at least get to do some testing before it crashes the whole game. I don't care about my character reset. I should have never done that. What's the server cap? Right now they are testing out, well, the servers, I don't know. I mean, the servers can fit however many on there they can. For the shard though, they're testing out 380. Good evening, Sifrioth. Been told soon, it's been told for years. For a year it's coming soon, but still waiting. Well, yeah. Sifrioth's got you covered, dude. Soon is a subjective term. You're in a server that has 25 frames per second. Wait, Toga, you're not even just back to like following Star Citizen. You're back in the game already. Nice. $380 per shard. How many shards are in a server? Other way around. You got servers in a shard. So 380 overall, and then however many people end up in a server at a time. What is that on my head? This is like the strap. This strap is part of the headphones. Very annoying. Sticks off the top. Hair. You just bought the game so you can still refund? Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I would if I was in your position. It sounds like you're not like fully in on the game yet. You're not all about it. I would absolutely not buy it right now. I'd wait. Like, let them figure some stuff out, see if it still fits into what you want to see, and then buy it. But if you're not even like into the game yet, there's not really much point in buying it at this exact moment. Maybe during IAE, because they might do some sales, and it might be cheaper. But I would absolutely wait until 4.0 is out, if you haven't already bought in. There's our 6,000. You were in for about 10 minutes and then you crashed. Now you're at the 6,000. Uh-oh. Servers are dying. Toes. It ain't happening, huh? Do I think the Ironclad is going to be released next year? Next year? I don't think so. Maybe the following year. I don't think next year. That's a bit soon for the Ironclad. Do any of the other versions work, dude? Look at this. This must be so expensive for them right now to run all 3 lines of tests right now. The only other thing they need to do is have the tech preview down here. Like, they're hosting so many servers by doing this. So many more than they normally would be. Especially because 4.0 is on server meshed. So, like, bunch of servers for just the one environment. Kind of nuts. Too expensive. You have to end the EAC process for 6,000 to be resolved. I like how effective that at least sounds. So I'm going to give that a go. This is usually how I break things, and we end up worse off than we started. Dude, I don't even think it's on here. It's not even a process running on the computer. Is there any dev team in Star Citizen that you think is performing worse or better than the others? The team that the Planet Tech team, I think, does pretty dang good. I can't know. It's impossible to know really specifically what teams are working on what stuff at what time. So I couldn't tell you if any teams are doing worse or better than the others. If also some of them have released stuff, some of them are working on longer term stuff that hasn't been released. Some of them are able to put stuff out every couple of months. Like the ship team is going to look like they're doing great because they have regular releases all the time. Missions team might have a bunch of stuff that's held behind some roadblock, so they haven't been able to release much. Ironclad was showed in the next 12 months thing at CitizenCon, but that was specifically saying the things they would be working on in the next 12 months, not necessarily the things they would be releasing. Can a person play live or PTU while EPTU is downloading? Yes, from what I'm aware. You follow it, but hard to know what's up when people keep talking out their ass. Well, all I can tell you is, I mean, I can suggest people that don't talk out their ass, but unless you mean like CIG's messaging that comes off as wrong or incorrect a lot of the time, not much I can say about that, unfortunately. That ends up screwing us all. But I would say like the best way to keep up with this is just to watch Inside Star Citizens. And watch, like, don't listen to what people say, just watch their gameplay, you know? Make that call for yourself. You don't have to depend on what people are saying. Paul, I think you're getting it backwards. The shards are not in the servers. The servers are within the shards. 380 people per shard means 380 people for all servers spread throughout the servers. Oh, what the? So 380 per shard, if everybody was spread out equally, would mean it's 380 per shard on 4 servers across 2 systems. So it would mean 380 on a shard, 190 per system, and 95 per server. But who knows if it's going to be an exact balance like that. In order to play, you need to copy your account. What? Shut up, man. I already did that. Do not make me copy my account again. Okay, so is that what I've been dealing with this whole time? Basically, it was taking all that time to copy my account. And now that it has, I just gotta... Totally not gonna show you guys all of my information. All right, recopying my account. Let's see what that does. Do you have an email from account to copy to PTU? Well, I didn't. I've been using it. I've been on the Evocati for a little while, so it should have just been the same thing. But I did recopy this morning just to make sure. Access to the EPTU is for Wave 1 people, so subscribers, high-level concierge, content creators, people who play the game the most, and Evocati folks. Oh, I'm not on Linux, no. I'm on Windows. CIG always act like game's almost done and players act like it's true. I mean, if you listen to what they say, they're pretty clear it's not almost done. CIG likes to act like the next update is always almost around the corner, but in terms of the game being done, dude, they're not even willing to put out a release date. They don't know when it's going to be. Trust, no matter what, that if the game is almost done, you will know. They won't have to tell you. So just always assume that it's not even close to that. Let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in. I already copied. Let's give it a couple of minutes. Still trying to keep your lopium and just keep following the project. You're in hopium disappointed balance and just enjoy the ride news. Yeah. Always just like just avoid the hype. Been told all year just to wait a couple more months for 4.0, and every couple months it's just a couple more months. I mean, while that's true, it's never been an Evocati. I would say by September we basically knew if it was, well, September was the last time I think they could have delayed it. They could still delay it right now if they really wanted to, but at this point we're at least playing it. How much have I spent on Star Citizen in total? Complicated question. Because what I spent for Star Citizen hasn't been for myself. A lot of what we spent for Star Citizen was for giveaways. For me personally... Man, I'm not trying to copy my account. Stop this nonsense. For me personally, money I've put into this game is, I think, around 600, 700 bucks. But if you look at the amount of money we spent on this game overall, including like giveaways, gifts, things that we're just kind of buying to outfit our org or the people around us and stuff, closer to like $5,500. That was ridiculous. In I think it was 2020 or 2021 alone, we spent like $1,500 on just buying ships to give away. But for myself, I don't know. There's not that, I don't find ships interesting really to buy. Like, I want a couple of ships. It was 2021. I want a couple of ships that I can fly around and do things with and go from point A to point B, but I'm not looking to like buy all the specialized ships. I want to earn those. I think that's kind of part of the game itself. When did I first pledge? 2014 or so? I think so. Yeah, like August 2014. So it's over 10 years. I mean, it's $500 to $600 over 10 years. Even the $5,000 over 10 years. Like, yeah, I could get a PC. I could get a used car. But like, are you guys gonna save up for that for 10 years, or are you gonna save up for that for if I had just started playing Star Citizen a couple of years ago? I would laugh at myself for having spent that much. And everybody's free to spend that much if they'd like. I'm not gonna laugh at you for doing it, but myself personally, I would never spend that much money on a game in that amount of time. But over the course of 10 years, that's not bad. You could get a used car. Dude, you should see what people blow on absolutely nothing in a single night that could change mine or your lives. The idea of being able to get a used car with the amount of money you put into something isn't as impressive as it sounds when you find out how much money people spend. I'm not copying my account, RSI. You little piece of f***. Is it Wave 1 confirmed now, or are we waiting for it? It is confirmed now. People are in the game and playing. But not this guy. No, I'm giving you guys the full walkthrough, the FAQ on how to make sure the game actually works when you're ready to play. That does not copy your account. Come on now. Streamer privilege. freaking YouTuber privilege, man. They do like Twitch more than YouTube. I'll give them that. I really wish that they streamed their Star Citizen lives on YouTube. I'm glad that they finally streamed CitizenCon on YouTube. It's a start. It's a work. You're getting there. Not quite, though. Whoa! Walgrit! My dude! Holy crap! Wait! Wait, Walgrit just passed our YouTube goal! Holy... Bro! Oh my god, look, it's going up! It's going up! We just passed our freaking YouTube goal on for the first time in like weeks. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, buddy. That's awesome. Now I need to make sure it doesn't keep making all that noise. And I also bumped my Go XLR, so I've now lost music. Well, we haven't passed our Twitch goal. That was just YouTube. Still, though. Twitch be doing it. Walgrit come up in here and just rock the boat on YouTube. You won't have access, but you're excited to read the new stuff when they update Urkel. Urkel. I don't even get a 6,000 error. It just keeps telling me that my freaking account is still getting copied. You calculate the hours you played compared to the money you spent. In that way, SC was pretty cheap compared to other games. I'm guessing the best games for me in terms of hours spent versus money spent would be like either Halo Reach, Halo 2, or Civ 6, Civilization 6. I don't know how much money I've spent on Civ 6. Probably around like $300. I'd say maybe 200 to 300 bucks on Civ 6, but I've gotten like 800, 900 hours out of it. I actually probably have a better ratio with Star Citizen, because with Star Citizen I probably have a few thousand hours in this game at this point, but I've spent around 500 to 600 bucks on it, so it's probably my highest level. My highest ratio. Halo 2 is probably pretty close though. I didn't spend much money on Halo 2, but I played that thing forever. You spent so much money on Warframe and League over the years that you played those. Warframe's a good one. Try paying for WoW for 20 years. How much is that? Like a $5 subscription? Love the music all the time. Thank you. I also really like the music. Can you uninstall the launcher without uninstalling the rest of the game? Can uninstall the game. And clear the cache, maybe. Oh, god dang it. I hate it when they do this. Oh, hey, now the music's playing again. Man, they really did clear that cache. Toes. Imagine if it cleared the cache and it just removed the entirety of my games. They're like, okay, we're just going to delete everything that you have then. Authentication code. What if somebody else put in that code in that amount of time and just snuck into my system? Okay, really, PC1, sure, whatever. Yeah, copying my account might have been a bad idea. Oh, dude, no, it did not. Oh my god, did it just wipe out all of the games? Brother. No way. There's no way they have a button that wipes everything out. Hold on. No, it's still here. Okay, we're good. I probably just need to do a verification. I was like, dude, you do not just wipe the whole file. That's like 300 gigabytes of storage. Don't even want to know how much money you spent on War Thunder. Dude, War Thunder makes bank. World of Tanks makes... Hold on, I wrote this down the other day. I was doing some research for a podcast episode. And I was just positing, what if Star Citizen did see the same kind of... Here's like the background of my podcast. Lots of podcast episodes we've done. Holy crap. What if Star Citizen made similar numbers as War Thunder? It's like, actually, don't know how much of this you can read. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, so just doing the comparison between the two. And again, I don't think that Star Citizen will ever make the numbers World of Tanks does, because they have a different way of doing things. But since 2011, 13 years ago, World of Tanks has made $7 billion, equivalent to $538 million per year, or $134 million per quarter. They do freaking money, okay? Imagine if Star Citizen could figure out how to do that, but with ships. Oh, get out of here. Yeah, no, definitely a different kind of game. Which is why I came in with the caveats, folks. Different kinds of games, not apples to apples. Not saying that they can do anything close to those numbers, but imagine if they did. That would be nuts. You spent over 1,000 on DCS. DCS has been around for a while, right? You script the podcasts. I certainly can't remember the questions I want to ask people. I don't know how much War Thunder makes. Okay, can I go... How about this? Let me see if I can run live. Is this an overall CIG servers type of thing? Is this a 4.0 thing? Well, that's what we call a game, not SC. Well, dude, that's thank you so much for saying that. That is my whole argument about the idea that Star Citizen makes more money now versus when it comes out. Look at how much a game makes. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. Yeah, this works. So yeah, it's just a PTU in my account. Put anime waifus on those ships and they'll be selling like hotcakes. Yeah, but then we'd have to have anime waifus on a bunch of spaceships. PTU are having a ton of issues. Think of how many people are trying to log in. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. We have plenty of streams like this. Almost every time a new big patch comes out, we spend like one stream where we get maybe 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay and an hour to 2 hours of just chilling and talking to each other and going back and forth about jokes and who we spent the most money and anime waifus. I am going to be on Captain's Table in about 2 hours though, so we do have a hard time limit, CIG. Come on. Okay. No. We got close. There are a handful of people in Pyro on Twitch at the moment. Oh, I'm sure. Plenty of people are getting in. A lot of other people are not. I was an idiot and I copied my account. It's just really dumb to do. Things not to do when everybody is trying to access the game at the same time. Log in and copy your account. See if they sent me any email. Yeah, I love the quality time. Yeah, it looks like my account was copied over to PTU. Oh, holy crap, I received the email literally just now. So are we good? Oh, cool. What are the chances of that kind of timing, man? Jeez. No, I love the chances to just chill and talk. We do this a lot. Every Monday, actually. We hang out and just talk about stuff, and I appreciate it. Hell, if I could do this more often, I'd probably stream more. Best way to fix your problem, you must spend a minimum of $40 on the pledge store. I don't have my red phone, or else I'd give Chris a call and tell him I bought a Polaris or something. You think I could do better with cosmetics, skins for ships, but you guess they haven't spent too much time on that yet? They could do amazing with cosmetics. They could do so many amazing things with cosmetics for this game. But yeah, I think they're only just starting to get into that. DK Wildcat, thank you for the sub, by the way. 21 months. You've been chilling here, supporting us on Twitch. Appreciate you. And Copra, thank you for the Prime sub, folks. Oi, if anybody doesn't know, Prime subs are free if you have Amazon Prime. Basically, you just get to give a Prime subscription to any streamer that you like once a month, and it helps to support them. And it's based off of whether or not you have Amazon Prime. Yo, I've been loving this chair. Like, this thing's pretty comfy. It doesn't have the best lumbar support that I'm looking for, but it has enough. Very maneuverable, very customizable in its shape. I haven't obviously used any mounts or anything with it yet, but like the overall vibe of this chair is pretty nice, and it's fairly comfortable. I can even I like to sit with one of my legs up crossed on the chair, the sitting surface of the chair itself. Don't know how many of you do that, but I thought it would be a problem with this chunk of the chair that's missing in the middle of the chair, the kind of inappropriate looking spot. But it works. I can still do it, and it's nice. I've been enjoying it. You'd kill for alternate ship computer voices. What about voice attack? And that kind of replace that? Does it provide any defense from Nerf projectiles? Unfortunately not. That's one thing I'm going to send into the company as feedback. Have I tried an M-body chair? I haven't. I've never really had fancy chairs. This is my first. But from here, I'm sure I'll get to try many more in the future. What are my thoughts on engineering? Will we see it coming back soon? Think it'll have more depth? I think it's just a temporary delay. I think it'll be basically what we already expect, just released a quarter later. You've been stuck on the same login started screen? Dude, it's a process. It's a series of steps. Imagine we're in a James Bond movie and we're trying to get to the big bad guy. Like, I don't know, probably some Cold War spy or Nazi or something. Does Bond even around during the Nazis? Anyways, chasing the bad guy. And we're on top of a moving train, and we're jumping from car to car, and every car that we jump onto is another challenge in this long journey to get to the bad guy at the front of the train. The front of the train is Pyro. We're on the same car now. You sit the same way all the time? Never found anyone else who says they do that too? Yeah, it's comfy. I also like to, poke at my foot. Hey, foot. You're not usually this close to me. Fun times, right? Good to see you. Walgrit, you love voice attack? I wanted to make a voice attack profile a couple years ago. You got an ergonomic chair. Doesn't look as cool, but you can sit in it all day, no problem. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a chair that I could sit in more than like 3 hours without being uncomfortable. It's unfortunate. My body just needs to move. You try to do the safe stance in events. It seems to give the same 2 missions over and over. How many times do I repeat those missions? I think you only got to do them once. Nice, you guys. Yeah, we're all sitting in the same train car. I like this metaphor. I might keep going with it. Can we throw in a couple extra metaphorical elements there. How about the little thing that goes down and up and tells you when the train is coming? That's their go no go meetings. I don't know. I'm gonna stop it there. 6 times you got to run the missions. Okay, so not once. Don't listen to me. Never listen to me. Chat's always got the answers. If you have a HM M-body chair, you have more than 500 in the game, or you're a very comfy sitter. Some people get them just to comfify. 19,000K or 19K, 19,000 error, whatever. Six missions to do across the whole thing. Right now, you only have access to 2. I believe. I think. Again, I'm not chat, so maybe don't trust me. Look in the journal to see your progress. Oh, we're using our journal? Are we writing it down like ourselves? Are there even pencils in the Star Citizen universe, or is it all just digital? Bro, I don't know how CIG doesn't expect everyone to rush to the new thing as soon as it happens. Like, if something happens in Star Citizen, you have 10 minutes tops before there are at least 20,000 people trying to take part in whatever that is happening. Whether it's an Inside Star Citizen has been released, or a Star Citizen Live is going live, or a new patch has come out, or a sale has started. Anything that happens with this game, there will be thousands of people there right at the beginning. And honestly, it's an MMO. It happens for all the companies that have way bigger player bases. So I don't, maybe it's just a pain of the process. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing they could do to prepare for this kind of things, but I'm like, dude, you're dropping 4.0 to PTU Wave 1. You better be ready for a monsoon. Okay, we've been sitting on our toes for 7 years waiting for this update. You could drop 4.0 into the PTU and be like, there is nothing but Orison and server meshing, and people would be like, oh my, let's go. So I don't want to see any surprise face. They left for the weekend. You now understand why they had to recreate the full environment. It is just to facilitate the horde of players. The horde. You're interested in how they will do exploration in Star Citizen. Elite Dangerous had bare bones exploration before Beyond. Man, the disconnects. I'm very excited for what we see coming of exploration in this game. I think the biggest thing that's going to affect exploration overall, in my opinion, is how much they make the game rely on player created data, and how much the game prompts people to do that. Obviously, people are going to want to explore for their own interests and for the interests of people in the game that are playing the game. But I think that if they want to make sure that exploration is seen as a big part of Star Citizen, there needs to be a lot of game created content that encourages exploration. One of the big things I could think they could do there is, for every sector of every star system, let's say every planetary area, the data that you collect from the space station that you're at only covers a certain amount of that star system. So a sector. Let's say you get a quarter of a star system for every space station you go visit. If you go there, you can download the maps to any locations throughout that area. If you don't have that map data outside of what you personally see. So almost like a fog of war. Now, this has to only happen to a certain extent because there's no reason to have like a fog of war in a populated area. But at the same time, it doesn't really make sense for you to have all of the maps for every outpost and security bunker in Stanton without downloading them, right? So I would hope that those maps would have to be sold to that space station by somebody. That no matter what, for that data to exist in the space station for people to come by, it's not just the game providing it. It is the fact that somebody has gone there, scanned that data, and turned it in. That would allow space stations to create missions on the mobiGlas that tell people, hey, this cave hasn't been scanned in 2 weeks, and the resources may have shifted around. Can you go scan this and turn this into the station? That would imply that anybody who is going and stopping at that station and getting the map for that cave is getting false information or maybe outdated information. And I think that the space station should tell you that when you're buying an old map. But in order for those maps to be made old and maybe cause that sort of a inconvenience to players, that also creates a bunch of gameplay for people when it comes to the actual need to go explore and scan stuff. And I think if they did that for planetary surfaces, for caves, for rivers, for asteroid clusters, and a bunch of different things, you could have hundreds and hundreds of exploration missions repopulating every month across the game in different star systems. Because things change over time. Unfortunately, unlike my success in logging into 4.0. Hello, Luna Maria. Always good to catch you when you wake up in the middle of the night. Your sleep schedule must be thrown all off right now. Hope you're having a good one. Very happy to help funding. There is not a game that gives you the same vibes as Star Citizen. You just love it as it is already with all the bugs and crap. I could do without the bugs. You checked the tilde menu and it stops at DLSS initialized successfully. Is that where I'm at? Yes, looks like that is where I'm at. You can't say you agree that you love all the bugs, but you agree that even though it's not perfect, the concept and basis of the game is still monumental. Very much the concept. Potential. A whole bunch of potential. Thanks to Star Atlas, spending money to back Star Citizen seems like a penny to the dollar. Yeah, it's all relative. Working on a controlled outage right now to resize and rework on login issues. There's a ton of people trying to get in, so scaling up time. You don't say! There's a ton of people trying to get in on Star Citizen 4.0 for the first time ever? What? Hello, you just started playing Star Citizen. What would you recommend to do for beginners? Avoid the ship store. Avoid the ship store. Make some friends. And get ready for a marathon. There's a lot of learning when it comes to following Star Citizen. But I would say definitely don't worry about taking your first few days too seriously. Just like a lot to wrap your head around. And it comes at you very quickly. Grab a YouTube channel or like grab a second browser, throw up YouTube, hop in the game. When you have a question, type it into YouTube, do some following up from there. There's not a lot of resources in the game right now to help you get fully started. But there's plenty of resources on YouTube and across the internet to help. Yeah, global chat's going to be really helpful too. I'm gonna check in with the rest of the org real quick and see what's going on with everyone else.
I forgot you were
That's
streaming.
so cool.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Hello, we're still
amazing.
trying to get in.
Yeah, same here.
I'm in.
We're at
Sorry about it. Still need to
Yeah,
show
Alice.
off like that.
Alice got his stream.
You have one person in right now.
So I guess the one singular jump into the system might have to wait till the game's a bit more stable.
Yeah.
well, I mean, the game itself is probably stable, just the login server.
Well, this is how we save Stanton. You see, no one can log in to break it if no one can get in to
Yep.
take it over. So we're saving Stanton by blocking anyone getting in.
I feel like we've screwed Stanton because anybody who was going to defend it is now gone, trying to
We're all stuck.
get into Pyro.
Yeah, we're all stuck at the elevator trying to get in Stanton. Yeah.
Team is performing a controlled outage right now to resize and work on login issues. There's tons of people trying to get on. No shit.
Yeah. That's how it be. I had like the worst problem with copying my account for a while.
We saw.
You tell me there's people trying to get on 4.0 that's been long awaited, being dropped on a Saturday where it's like prime gaming time for everybody around the globe.
Yeah. Why did they drop it on a Saturday?
Oh, they tried to push it last night, but it just didn't stick. And
Yeah, so why not just wait till Monday?
Yeah, great question.
Or why not
Some of
do
us have
that's on the
jobs that
weekend.
can't make us work on Monday, or can't let us play it on
What?
Monday.
why not do regions? Like if you're dropping in like the morning of non-America, do like EU time first.
Because I'm pretty sure aren't
But,
the EPTU servers only in the US?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
I don't think
previous
they have,
channel.
I don't think they have them in
EU
every region.
Yeah.
Like do it based off prime like evening gaming time for like the different time zones or some shit.
But in fairness, I do agree with you. It does seem kind of odd that they're trying to push it this weekend like that.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's all hands on deck. They want the game out. They want 4.0 out and tested and ready to roll after IAE drops.
Yeah, but how? Like, are these 2 days really going to make all that much of a difference?
I mean,
Probably
this is the
not.
first test at scale with a ton of people, so they get all the data over the weekend. So work on it over the week.
Yeah, I'm giving them tons of good data right now.
Me too. Just like 2018.
How many times can you click on the launch button and the launcher?
Is the PTU only for select players? Yes. So the way that this opens up is in waves, basically. Right now it is to who knows how many people, but a whole bunch of folks in the first wave. Concierge people who have played the past, I think, 2 updates the most out of anybody else. Some different content creators. People who are running the optional subscription. Their sub count jumped way up. Yeah, it always jumps up during a PTU phase, I imagine. You bet internally they're thinking maybe they can get 4.0 out this week. No freaking way. Nah, they will not. They won't run IAE on 4.0. That'd be nuts. That's just a bad day for everybody involved, and even people not involved. There's random people walking down the street in Manhattan, start falling over with migraines, and then when their family comes up to them, they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Please, Ben, what's going on?" Like somewhere, something happened. It's as if thousands of voices cried out, and then were suddenly extinguished. It's like, did they? I'm getting PTU to live, whatever this could mean. Ah, my head. Ah, jeez. Don't do that. You don't want to hurt those random people, CIG. Don't push the live. It'd be a bad moment for the whole world. Brexit 2.0. You're gonna wait till wave 2? I would agree with that. Evocati member here, the reason why they're pushing to wave 1 so soon is because we weren't getting enough concurrency on the test server. Whoa, just lost that in chat. To really stress the back end. To be honest, all of my experience in the Evocati playtests were, let's just hope they got the texturing thing with the planet figured out, right? Long sleeps are definitely impossible, but that is natural. You fell asleep around 7 p.m., so just had the longest straight sleep you've had in 3 months. A little November hibernation. Very nice. Do concierge folks have access to EPTU? It depends on which level concierge. No money till Castra. No money till Terra. Still no luck, Astro. Hey, how's it going, Manny? Good to see you, dude. You have a question regarding the statement about the C1. Do you really think it's better than the Zeus? I like it better than the Zeus. It is not a better ship than the Zeus. It is my best ship, but the Zeus, it has its upsides and its downsides, but I would say the Zeus's upsides outweigh the spirits. I mean, just being able to have 3 beds, we'll see how much a bed log out is worth in the future, but even just having 3 beds is a pretty big deal. I guess 2 beds isn't that much different. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the ship size is not the same. We'll have to see how much their signatures are different. The Zeus has a lot more packed into a similar size, so you would expect its signatures to be a lot higher. Almost everyone expected the Intrepid to be a Nomad competitor advanced starter. Nobody was asking for another 8 SCU starter. To be honest, I didn't realize it was going to be Nomad competitor. I did think it would be smaller. But the ship itself feels big enough to be a Nomad competitor for sure. SingString, could you post that into my Discord so I can check that out after the stream? Thank you. Thank you, laddie. What's the death number in my overlay? That's how many times I die. So because 4.0 is starting today, I've reset it to 0. In total, that's how many times I've died since I think Q1 of 2021. Somebody's going to have to confirm that with me. I forgot when I said it. Stream you watch on YouTube, by the way. YouTube's better times. It looks horrid. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting together a video about the Intrepid. Just for the sake of talking about ship interests. It's clearly very different amongst different people in the community. Death of a Spaceman is part of their 1.0 goal, yes. Intrepid looked rushed through production. It could have been. Might not have gotten started until late in the year. I love the internals, but yeah, the outside is not fantastic. It's good to have ugly ships in a game, man. Because some people like those ugly ships. And that means rare ships. Isn't it kind of cool to come across a ship you haven't seen in months or even years? And be like, oh, holy crap. Somebody's got one of those ships. That's so cool. Come across it at a ship meet. Like, I'm totally fine with there being ships that not a lot of people like because it makes those experiences. I always note when I come across a gladiator. So I'm like, nobody has these. It's pretty cool to see this. It's a nice reminder that it exists. It's a little out there. So I'm all for it, especially when you have a game with this many ships in it. The one downside to it is that, like, you're losing. It's one more thing that has to be taken care of that doesn't get used by that many people. But honestly, that's part of the energy of being in a project like this. Like, going after the highest number of people with everything you do. That's how we end up with a whole bunch of watered down corporate bullshit when every game is trying to do the thing that's going to attract the most people. Put some time and money into stuff that maybe doesn't get you the same return, and that adds so much soul to your project. And there's like a moving scale when it comes to something like that, because everybody has a point at which they would say, okay, you're wasting money now. Like, I want my goods. And I think a lot of people have reached that moment in Star Citizen's lifetime over the past year. But one of the things that has made Star Citizen so great is that it has put a lot of time and effort into things that probably don't really matter to a large amount of people. And sometimes that comes up and it gets teased and made fun of. And I think that's always indicative of who has more or less tolerance for things like that. Think of like the bed sheets thing, which was a nothing burger. Bed sheets is like, there's so many games that probably simulate bed sheets because that's just part of the scenes in the game. Hello.
Bye.
Red Dead Redemption, Mass Effect, games like that, Fallout. You going to brunch?
I'm going to brunch, but I'll watch the stream.
Say goodbye to Mrs. Tomato. Thank you for managing us and our expectations.
Somebody was to shoot.
What? No, you can't do it. You can't shoot me just in case. That's not how this works.
All right, chat,
You can't
have 10
shoot me
minutes.
just in case.
I have to go in like 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Who has points?
Nobody's gonna
has
do
the
it. You guys all
points?
care. You're very caring people.
Who has all the points?
You're very good and caring people. You guys
Come
can't
on.
even see. She's holding me at gunpoint here.
Ah. Spider.
No, Spider! You! Ah! Ah! Ow! God, Jesus.
Right where it hurts.
That thing gets stronger?
No, I think I was close. Did it
Stupid
hurt?
unicorns. No, guys, stop. Come on.
There's more?
It's like freaking 4 people coming in. They're like, oh yeah, shoot him.
Wait, I'm gonna be late.
Come on, y'all don't have priorities, huh? You have other things you can put your points towards. Doesn't have to be me getting shot.
Where's the thing?
What?
The shooter.
The dart?
The dart.
Right there on the ground. See, now you guys are making her late to her brunch with friends. So when all your friends ask, why are you so late? Tell them, it's because of... Ah! God. It's because of chat. Oh my god, you shot me on the ear.
I think this broke.
Oh, come on.
That's how hard.
There's no safety module on it now? No, not the
That was
face.
2.
Ow!
That's 3. It's literally broken.
Dude, the thing... Yeah, the dart just exploded because it hit too hard. Why?
That was 3.
What the heck?
I have new ones.
Ah!
That was 4.
Okay, that's 4. We're good. We're done.
There's 5.
There's 5? No, there's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4. We're good. Thank you, guys. You're great. You're good people. Thanks, chat. Wonderful. Love you.
Oh, it was Tyrus that I was. Tyrus.
You don't see the points options to shoot Mrs. T? No, she doesn't. She makes the points. So that would never work.
What? Who? Shoot who? Me?
I should get to shoot people. Oh, that's the org. I shoot GII. Oh, come on with this 6,000. You're bored waiting to get into the game. You need some type of entertainment. Yeah, sure. That's where I'm coming from. What are these points? They're on Twitch. Unfortunately, it's just a Twitch thing. YouTube has not allowed for a lot of features. Now you know why they updated the launcher. So we have something nice and pretty to look at. Let's get some good music up in here. Come on. Do the different ships provide any benefits over another? Like, is there storage on ships? Do different ships have different storage, different gathering efficiencies? You talk about a different game? Please launch the game. Let me in. Please let me in. It's so funny that Evocati was just like working better than this for most of this time. How about when you super chat your request I be shot? I'm gonna have to meet with Mrs. Tomato about that one, but I think that one actually she'll probably give that a go. Is EPTU Wave 1 or EVO only? It's Wave 1. Yeah, this music does take me back. Is this Port Olisar music? Is that why? Like, why? This is one of the most nostalgic tracks, I think, in the whole game for me. Bye. Thought she was coming back to shoot me again. Oh, I cannot wait for some stability in this game. I'm so... God, that's becoming all I care about more and more. 50 people waiting for the jump point right now. It won't let anyone enter. Everything is on fire. 50 freaking people waiting for the jump point. I guess it's just always going to be bad whenever they launch a new update. It's kind of like how it already is pretty bad. Whenever you jump in on a new update in Star Citizen, everybody spawns in at the same places. So things like trains and hangars, and there are just bottlenecks that end up being not great when a new patch is updated. But now it's also going to be jump points. You're just going to get to your closest jump point and sit in the queue. Hopefully that can be automated. Please automate me through that. The amount of people that probably subbed just for this today just paid for CIG's Christmas bonuses. It's sub day. It's sub day for Q4, basically. Sounds like it makes you sad that PO is back. Or is gone. You want it back so bad. I like Port Olisar, but I just liked it because it was fast to get out of. Now I can spawn in my ship. Ooh, bless me. Heard the argument that with Maelstrom or Armor, a 1 size 5 could be OP on a starter, but you think people miss the point that it is just one gun? Fly in Ares and see what you mean, not OP. I do kind of get that argument though, that it changes the... Armor changes the idea of gun sizes. Like 1 size 5 does more than 3 size 1s because of the caliber and stuff, the size. The interior makes so much sense. The interior is great. You just did the save, Stanton. You know what's funny though? Like, I know you're probably saying this as a joke, Slaver, that this was the greatest subscriber cash grab in history, but people have been saying they need to move it to Wave 1 for such a long time. Even I was saying that, you know, hey, get it out of Evo, put it to Wave 1, give it access to other people, but now we see if it is what we really wanted. You think everyone would be a lot happier if they just took like 6 months and optimized and stabilized the existing stuff after 4.0? You mean if they released 4.0 and didn't do anything for 6 months? I don't know about that, man. I think at some point maybe do that, but they're just gonna then drop something in and break everything again, right? They do have a plan for gate camps, yeah. Let's try again. Just immediately hits me with an error message. How long does the new event take to complete? It's split into like 6 waves, so it's going to take a while. So you can get the RSI subscription for 10 bucks and test 4.0. Well, if you call this testing, yeah. Did I watch the fight last night? Nah. I was busy sleeping. We're still kind of dealing with our jet lag. We still go to sleep fairly early. But that's okay because I like waking up early. Any morning people in chat right now? I feel like getting things done in the morning makes a day feel so much longer. It's much better than getting it done at night. Getting things done at night is just a slog. Do you like my Pyro gameplay, dude? Walking into work and making some money instead of looking at a launcher. Y'all should know by now. While I'm right there with you, I think most people should not spend their time just doing this. I am at work making money, so I'm right where I need to be. Unfortunately, the game is not. Getting that data in there though. Do you see a new space game, Exodus? Yes. Time dilation game. Made by the former Bungie, CDPR, and BioWare devs. Sort of space RPG kind of thing. Netflix servers couldn't handle the fight last night? You start your day at 5:30. Lots of fun to be had with a nice morning walk. Yeah, I agree with you there. Morning walk, dude. I'm trying to get my butt back to performance, man. Played football my whole younger life, and was mighty proud of my butt. And now I ain't got none. Got to get the tomato cheeks back, okay? Now y'all are thinking about my butt. Gross. Sick. You just came here from the 4.0 video and the imagine it's rough ending to this. Yeah, that works out quite well, huh? Here we are. Could have remade the video and thrown in the thrown in this as a little video at the end. Do you feel the S4 change for the Intrepid is enough? I think so. But who's to say? You know, it depends on what you want to use the ship for. I think any starter ship is going to be like, I hope that this game ends up being the case where weapons are mostly deterrents in most areas. And I think most times starter ships are going to be considered pretty much across the board in terms of when people want to or do not want to attack them. You just don't sleep, insomnia, and chronic pain from injuries in 2015. Those are old injuries. I'm really sorry to hear that. Sleep is great, but if you can't do it as much, I hope that you at least get to have some good, productive time when you're not. I don't know, the Exodus game feels very Mass Effect when I look at it. And maybe that's just their marketing and what they're trying to do to present it. Tomato cheeks, a new animated emote. How do you even, like just a red butt? Let me in! Let me in! God dang it. Oh, this isn't quite like 318 because that was live, but man. It gives some flashbacks. Look at the Hornet Mark II. What do you mean? We don't talk about 318. In hindsight, 318 keeps us grounded. Well, I don't think 4.0 is going to be as bad a launch as 318. These big database or these big back-end changes do come with complications. What you doing? Waiting to get into 4.0. They're reworking all the systems for server meshing. Is that close to complete? Do they think they can get that done in a month or so? Sounds like it. They still want to get released this year. .318 was the patch you started in. Oh my god. 318 was the beginning of an era. It was the beginning of a stage of instability for Star Citizen overall. Not necessarily in the way the game has run, but in the roadmap, in expectations, in what we can look forward to over the next 6 months. Everything changed after 318 and haven't changed back, and I don't think they're going to. Which is a bummer because before 318, things were fairly predictable. Say by the time they figured out their new roadmap in like 2020, from 2020 until 2022, which isn't that long, but that was a nice period of just like things were fairly smooth moving. And then 318 hit, and the focus has mainly been Squadron 42, pretty clearly, persistent entity streaming, and server meshing. And you can tell that those are the focus, and preparing for whatever comes next followed closely behind. So I don't know what's going to happen now post 4.0. It's part of why I'm so excited for it is because it really does feel like something does have to kind of change. Like that's what they've been preparing for, is something to change with 4.0. But starting with 318 is rough because this really hasn't been the same Star Citizen as it was before since then. Technically, you're an original backer, but you ignored SC for a decade and didn't pay attention until last year. You started playing mid 3.19. Okay. Concept and visuals overall are pretty dang good in this game. You backed in 2015, but didn't actually get heavily into the game until like 3.15. 3.15 was a good time to join. That was a very good time to join. Then you got 3.16, and then you got 3.16 was on 3.15's code base, so it was extra stable. And then we got 6 months going from 3.16 to 3.17. And then because 3.18 wasn't ready, they did 3.17.2, which was extra stable on top of 3.17. So we had like a solid year of just really good gameplay coming off of 3.15. Good time to join. Anti-cheat's never wrong. They got me. I've been caught. I've been done did. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for sticking around and waiting for me to actually get into the game. I know you have choices of watching this stuff, and I appreciate you hanging out here and hoping that at least we can make some progress into the game. But like I said, I've got to be on Captain's Table. We're going to go join the Astropub on his podcast in about an hour and a half. So it's going to be a little bit of a rushed session for me, unfortunately, but I might come back on this evening. Maybe I'll stream this evening. We'll see. Yeah, I'm seeing people are getting in. They must have been able to pass a fix. Let's see if I can. Will it be on YouTube? Yeah, it should be on YouTube, on his channel. Yeah, I'm happy to deal with the bugs. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to spare you. You're just racing at this point to see who gets in first by sheer fluke. You also, are you joining in on the org? Jumping in with us? You joined during 3.9? Okay, we are in. Now let's just try and get to be honest, I only have an hour. I don't think we're going to do a jump in, actually. I think we're just going to meet up in Pyro. Let me just double check with them real quick and get caught up.
Here he comes.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Oh,
So I'm still kind of standing by what I'm thinking. Maybe we do an official jump all together at a different point, because it sounds like everything's clogged up at the jump points too. Are you guys spawning in Stanton or Pyro?
Stanton.
Everybody's
We're at
going into
38.
Stanton?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
18 at the minute.
All right. Let's do it then.
Tomato, once everyone started getting in, the jump points opened back up, so everyone is now getting into Pyro.
All right.
At least on my server.
Roger that. I'll join in with you guys. I've got about an hour or so. Hopefully
Yeah, me too.
we can make it happen. I'll just jump on somebody else's ship so we can make things move a little faster along.
Cool. I'm mixing in the menu. I'll start the party unless Rig has it already.
I'm still sending out friend requests for everybody in the list because there weren't any waiting for me. So.
Ooh, that might be an issue because I did send you one.
I'm extending
Yeah,
meeting now.
same.
And
You're here for the vibes, not the game. See, that's I do appreciate y'all who are here for the vibes, not the game. Everybody's got their own story. I know this. What do you think of the new biomes? Redwood, swamp, jungles. Are they coming with Terra? Yes. I'd say that's almost confirmed. They'll be coming with Terra. Maybe we could see the Alpine stuff on Cascom. It looks like it does have biomes like that, but I think the most fitting place for those is definitely Terra. All right, so I at least want to look kind of nice while we're out there. Just get like just a little bit on fleek. Since I don't have much of that star riz, I need to fleek my swag up and make sure. I don't know. How many different cross-generational lingos can I use? You're just hitting login started and then eventually 19,000 error. So I made it in. I win the race.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking do it.
It's off. And let's see if any of the other people are in here. All right, that's a no. So we are not on the right server. Or shard. Oh, and I guess there's going to be a lot more names than there normally are on this list now, huh? Okay, let's back out so that we can go with the group and get on our way. Fleek your swag. It just gave you some high school drawbacks. Yeah, dude. Mad fleek. Should read bedtime stories as a side job. I do for my niece. That's one of the things we bonded over as a baby. I read her stories as she went to sleep on my shoulder. I love that girl. I miss her. Do you have to reset your PTU account for 4.0? Not that I know of. No. I did, and it was a bad idea. You haven't played Star Citizen in like 3 months. You didn't miss much. Yeah, Bobby, exactly. There you go. Not much has happened in 3 months. Did you hear story time readings from Tomato? One of the things we used to do for supporters, one of the extra things we used to do was I would read lore stories and publish like videos with the lore in the background and concept arts from the game and stuff. Maybe we'll do that again at some point. A lot of different types of content that didn't work when we were smaller, I think, work a little bit better now that both we're bigger and the Star Citizen community is bigger. The virtual photography show, many of you who were here when we first started probably remember that. We want to bring that back in some way. Lore readings, we'll probably try and do that in some way as well. Mrs. Tomato is going to be doing a little bit more content. At least I'm trying to convince her to. She's got good things to say about this game, and I think an interesting perspective. And yeah, we've got plans, especially now that we're like actually getting settled in and having places to live, because we've just been kind of moving around constantly for the last 4 years. We want to do more plans for sure. Oh, friends list doesn't work right now. Uh-oh. That is awkward. Let's see.
Send a friend invite to Frenchie Cad.
Did you get Mev's one come up, French?
I'm relaunching. So it only pops up after you relaunch your game. So yeah, so go ahead and send an invite to Frenchie Cad.
Like you have to go to desktop?
Yeah.
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 Oh. After all this time.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. You'll see. If you get a friend, if you get a party invite, it's because it worked. But give me a second. I'm relaunching the game right now. All right. Hey, Rody, I'm sending you an invite.
Oh man, is it even worth it to try and do the jump or just go into Pyro?
And she's not even showing up to me.
I don't know. I kind of just want to go straight into Pyro. Like, I don't think we're going to be able to hit this jump in an hour. We got a lot of people here. The game is not very stable. It sounds like it's not running super well. I mean, I guess we've already been playing 4.0 over the last couple of weeks. We've already done the exploration in Pyro, so we're not necessarily here to see Pyro itself. We're here to see the Oregon Pyro. So I won't skip out on that. I do wish I had more time, though. This is like, it is so difficult to cover Star Citizen regularly, because scheduling things almost always ends up with you having something come up out of nowhere that throws you off. From a patch dropping when they didn't tell you it was going to happen, to some new ship coming out when it was supposed to come out a couple weeks later or earlier. Like, just things never go as planned with Star Citizen. So trying to make videos or plan streams and podcasts, it's a pain. I love it. It's great. I'm not like saying, woe is me, but like, we just finished our podcast today, me and Tree, and we were talking about Star Citizen 4.0 and going to PTU, and we were like, oh yeah, by the time you guys hear this podcast in a couple of days on Monday, it probably won't be to PTU, but maybe it's going in soon. And then we were like, well, it's Saturday, so there's not going to be a PTU. And then we end the podcast, and 2 minutes later, Wikipedia puts out a message that they're trying to push to PTU. And you're like, well, now we've got to go and re-record that. And that's happened to like 3 different podcasts in the last 2 months. And it's just how it is. You could be working on a video. I think somebody was like posting that they were working on a video about the Galaxy thing. And then by the time they finished the video, all the news had passed. CIG came out and made a clarifying statement. People had moved on, and it's just like, yeah, that's what it's all about. And like, going for quality is good fun. I've always tried to lead the YouTube channel based on quality and videos that take longer. But up until the beginning of this year, it would take me 5 to 7 days to make a video. Even now, for a lot of my videos, it still takes me 3 to 4 days. But recently, over the last couple of months, I've been trying to shorten it down to 2 to 1 days to make a video. And I'm getting there, but it means sacrificing some quality. It means not getting all the information, and it's kind of a bummer, but that's... Both the Star Citizen community moves very quickly, and also there's a lot more people doing Star Citizen content on YouTube, and that means in order to stay competitive, you got to be faster. So that's one of the big ways that Star Citizen content in general has changed over the last few years, is like so many more people are involved, and time is so much more of the essence. You spent 4 hours making the vid and then it was irrelevant. That was you? Yeah, okay. None of the areas are working in game. Oh, that's good. I reset my account and it just took forever for it to get acknowledged again. Something else you need to do to be able to access the PTU, you need to go to your settings on the website and go to the little section called Persistent Test Universe and make sure to copy your account to the PTU. Can you set home base in Pyro? You can. One of the Pyro space stations, yeah. I already said Area 18, so I can't change it, but you can set your home base in Pyro. Wonder if they're going to have it work like that in 4.0, though. I think they should not. PTU is not open to everybody. Who needs a personal life when there's content to make? Me and Mrs. Tomato do this together. And... But she handles more of like the community. She handles the streams, the scheduling, the Discord server, does a lot of the org stuff, announcements, keeping all of that scheduled, the team together, planning the streamathons. She is definitely more on the organization side of our business, whereas she does the podcast too, but then I'm creating the videos for the main channel. And I'm so freaking grateful to her for how often CIG will do something and I'm like, oh my god, they just released this, or they just did this, or they announced this. I'm so sorry, I have to go spend the next 6 hours working on videos, and it just like destroys our plans. And it's hard to balance when that should and should not happen, because sometimes it's not worth it, sometimes it is. But that's part of covering Star Citizen. They drop something, you kind of have to be ready to drop everything and go work on it, because if you don't, by the time you get to it, the whole community will have moved on. All right, looks like we're finally loading in. I'll be right back for this. Found a cookie. Where can you watch the Captain's Table? Either on the Astropub's Twitch channel or YouTube channel. You can just stay right here on the stream. I will go ahead and raid us into the channels when we're getting ready to start, so you guys don't have to do anything. Just found out about 4.0 in the EPTU. How'd you find out? Was it a slick, timely released Space Tomato video? Because those don't usually come out that early on. All right, let's see what we're doing in terms of frame rate. Game seems to be running fairly well so far. We're sitting at 30 frames on the client and about 13 frames on the server. Looks like we've got about 400 players, 370 players currently running. This is it. We're doing it. This is it. This is 400 people in Star Citizen right now. And we're sitting at 15 frames per second. For a first PTU wave, not bad. Not freaking bad. All right, let's see where everyone is.
It's on Orson to get a Zeus if anybody wants to join me there.
Ooh. Anybody at our area 18? I'm not getting any party markers.
Yeah, we are on the tram at the minute.
Okay,
so,
cool.
You're just behind us.
So 370 people, 15 servers on the server side.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
We're taking it.
Unfortunately, with how the party creation is, I won't be able to add anybody else past this point. Because I'd have to close my game to add someone else to the party.
Don't do it, Frenchie.
So I'm not gonna be doing that.
Why does it look like I'm locked at 30 frames per second?
VSync?
Shouldn't that lock me at 60?
Yeah, mine tries to get to 60, but it seems to hold at 30 for some reason.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We just missed our stop, bro.
I had an elevator queue and I couldn't even get out of the elevator. Holy shit.
Alright. Yeah, I'm alone at Lorville here. There's nobody. Thank God.
The Pyro
Should I just
Gateway
bring the
space
Starline?
station is so crowded right now.
Oh, I bet.
Excuse me.
Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Crashed the desktop.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Hopefully that recovery is good.
Oh wow, that's a lot of people here. What the fuck? Sorry.
Need to see the ship summoning? Let's see.
Do you guys notice at R18 if they've increased the amount of NPCs around?
Oh my god, so much more screen tearing.
Well, yeah, they did say that they were doing a pass on it. I think it was only initially at Orison, but
Oh, okay, because at Lorville it's greatly increased as well.
Yeah, they might be just rolling it out.
They also have wild lines if you listen to them.
Was kinda uncanny at the expo, hearing them talk about the ships.
Yeah, they were like, okay, I think I've seen enough of this. I'll move on to the next one. And then they just stand there. You're like, well, then go.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's holding you.
Would anybody be interested to gun in an Arbinger or gun in a Hammerhead?
No way. This is my elevator.
Hammerhead might be a bit too big.
No!
Arbinger, though.
Oh, man.
If you're down, Dragor, I'll come pick you up.
Did you crash the desktop, Tomato?
No, it's something else. So mine isn't even here. You just invite me to your hangar? Like, isn't this a bad idea on your part?
Yeah, I'm down to fly whatever.
Nice.
Or ride or whatever.
Just they could just shoot and kill me.
Bringing that over then.
Area
Maybe that's
18 meet up where?
Hey, Tomato, go back to my hangar. You can just come in the Starlancer.
I just want to see how spawning my own ship is doing right now. but then I'll head over there. What? Why don't I have anybody else's hangar on here?
I haven't called a ship, so therefore I haven't pulled a hangar. I just don't want to clutter the server.
I really need to get my headset on.
I will state that when I was trying to get back in, Frenchie's server said it was full, but another guy that was in the group said 377 out of screen.
Crashed.
Yeah, it's coming
I
down.
think I just crashed.
Yeah, same.
I think we all did.
Did we all just crash?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we did. Everybody crashed.
It's a shard crash.
Flying around.
It's a shard crash, so now we need shard meshing to prevent from these new 60Ks. Oh man, it like
Shouldn't it be 120k?
it's like
it's
it
really-
really messed up.
Yeah, it did. It's hard.
Full broke.
I think everything. I think CIG just crashed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going back to a black screen now.
Somebody quick
Amazon-
check the
Amazon.
news to see if a big ass explosion happened in
Amazon servers. yeah.
Amazon server center.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. Like it's breaking news, and Amazon entire server center is just up in flames. We have no idea what could have happened.
The team at
Fred
NVIDIA
fell on
rubbing
it.
their hands together, knowing that they're going to get a new server farm.
I'm being told that it was a non-citizen. No, I'm sorry. You said star citizen. Right. Yes.
So are we all meeting up in the menus again?
Those damn illegals again, those non-citizens.
They're stealing our
Guess we
games.
are.
I guess it's time to Alt F4.
I mean, I've just got single player Pong on my screen at the moment. All I got is.
I mean, I'm back in main menu.
No, I have the same as Tomato, black screen that just does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I call it single player Pong. You know, like there's just no ball. Just got nothing to.
They're like, okay, you guys have had your fun for the day. Everything's done. Like, I might. I'm tempted to just close down the game, but after this morning, I don't know.
Yeah, if you. It always bugs me if you Alt F4 out of this state. I think it just glitches your player and then you're stuck.
Uh-oh.
Don't say that. I did that.
Uh-oh.
Drago, you're still in, right?
I crashed the desktop.
Oh, okay.
We're not attached to a server anymore though. So where are we?
Back at the menus.
Man. Up until this happened.
Oh, press escape, Tomato.
Yeah, press escape. It'll take you back to the menus.
Cool. Thank you.
There we go.
Up until that happened.
I'll launch us again then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved what we were playing. Please stay
Oh,
like
nice.
that.
Good pull.
Thank you.
That was a good
I
pull. Oh,
as
you missed
soon as
Tomato by
I
that much.
logged back into
Oh, is that what you meant when you said you escaped that?
that was like perfect timing.
Oh, thank you, expat. Appreciate it.
Well, we did it for you, Drago.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you had this hit escape. Okay, I thought you meant you had this as an escape, like you got out of the game when you were doing that or something. I don't know. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was an experience. The one thing I saw while we were going was that the server FPS was gradually dropping on average over time, but that was an extremely stable environment. I didn't get to do much testing. We weren't dropping objects or interacting with stuff, but almost 400 people. I haven't gotten to take part in the server meshing tests, so I haven't really seen this be a reality of any sort. But almost 400 people together in that shard, and it was running that well. We had about 70 to 80 people in our server, so our server FPS wasn't as great, but
Actually, no, sorry, controller room.
wow.
That's what we actually want for a home.
Could it actually end up being a good experience?
We take just a little log cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Those 14 seconds were amazing. Hey, you know what?
Oh, that's
As long as you can give
Just
14.
went back in the same
So
server. I'm trying to
nice.
read the server information. Oh,
I
that's
wonder.
different.
No,
Oh,
this is
this more.
20.
This one's 150, 160 players on
That
the
is pretty
server.
good, though.
It's climbing at an
all right.
exponential rate.
Forgot I had a cookie.
Time to rush to the space station.
I mean, 170 on the server, 10 to 15 server FPS, not bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. We were only 70 or 80 before at the same thing. So.
All right. So a bit of a different situation here. We're back in the game. This time we are on a shard that has 245 people. So not quite as much as last time, but 180 of those people. So more than we're in more than half of the shard, more than we normally have in a server, are on this one server. And we're currently running at 12 frames per second on this server. Now, a lot of that could be because it's a fresh server. Many of the complications we run into with this system aren't going to pop up until later, but at least for now, the game it's running as well as it normally does on a fresh server. And if you remember the launch of persistent entity streaming, when they're able to make a big change to the backend like this and the game runs the same as it used to, that's a success. Again, we'll see how well this scales and lasts, but these people I'm running next to aren't rubber banding at all. Just saw those NPCs switch a little bit, and there is a rubber band, just one. But like they were basically consistently moving. All these people are moving way more consistently than normal. Nobody's really glitching around the place. Each system is capped at 180. I don't think they can cap a space. I think they kind of just have to deal with it. We have 192 people on this server alone right now. Not on the shard. On the server. 4.0 build is Wave 1 testers right now. You listen all the time on YouTube while you're at work or in your podcast while driving. Nice. Appreciate you. I get that energy. The kind of casual YouTube listener, you throw it on, turn off the screen, basically a podcast every video. I got a lot of folks like that. Thanks for jumping in the live stream. How do you get that invite to Wave 1? These are people who are subscribed to the monthly the monthly subscription, people who have spent the most concierge-wise, people who are creating content, people who have played the game the most in the last 2 patches.
Now arriving.
Yeah, they have to cap it somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that.
Everybody below. It's the closest jump point to the jump point. So.
It's kind of... Oh, okay, there we go. Now the bodies are jumping around a little bit. I was going to say, it's kind of crazy. Everybody is moving around so smoothly.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that many.
I'm just sitting down, so.
There's definitely not that many glitches going on. Still a couple here and there, but...
We're at 260, 270 on this server and climbing, and we're still holding a solid 8 frames.
Nice.
Maybe 9 frames in server. It's good.
Retrieval system.
Oh no.
All these people trying to leave.
Let's try and spawn in the biggest thing we can. See what happens.
Bring a Polaris over to there.
Oh.
Polaris has been killing frames for like everyone nearby.
And it's not, Valis was having a lot of issues with it as well.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Who's rocking our Orc armor? And is in the tram right now.
Rig has it on.
We got it. You're watching from Paris. Nice. Welcome in. Eli? It only lasts 5 minutes. What does each run before they crash? We will see. Isn't the architecture 2 systems, 2 servers per system, so 2 servers per Stanton? Yes. 2 servers per Stanton right now, and at least in the server that we're in, there are 266 players in the server. Overall, there are 370 players across the shard. What the heck? Why can't I get an elevator? Yeah, hopefully the game is more stable regularly going forward. never get wave 1 and you spent 5k and play heaps, you should get it. Eli is good. Cool. Welcome in from Paris. Fun place. Gets rather humid sometimes. Pikerus, you got COVID. I'm sorry to hear that. But seeing server meshing working is a good relief. Yeah, it's nice. Still rocking about 30 frames per second on my own client. It looks like we've dropped down to about 7 frames per second. Ooh. On the server. But we are running with 270 people on this server alone. So I'll be really interested to see what happens when we're more spread out. But it's also really nice to see, because one of the things I was most worried about is like, okay, if you're doing, it's kind of like what Scott's talking about. If you have 4 servers with a maximum of 400 players, and those players can go anywhere, how do you make sure that they run the same with 90 players in each server as 380 players in one server? And what happens when all those players start to stack up in one server? It's nice to see that even with more than half of the players in the shard in this one server, it's still managing to do okay. It's not great. It's definitely noticeable. But it's nice to see that it's doing all right. And I look forward to seeing how that continues in the future now. Let's go ahead and call this ship and see how that performs. And then I'm going to go and hop in somebody else's ship. Bye-bye. I don't know if everyone has the Polaris in 4.0. This might be a YouTube privilege thing. Yeah, dynamic server meshing will take care of it, but while we're still in this static server meshing environment, it'll be interesting. Everybody does have a Polaris. Well, oh no! No! Ouch. Well,
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, did it just crash again?
Oh. Yeah. You get to the same place each time and it just takes a dump. So
right.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's because I fell into my hangar.
Yeah.
I crashed the whole game because I fell into my hangar.
Way to go, Tomato.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right, you all want to just recopy your accounts and go into Pyro instead?
If the recopy's working, because I did.
Yeah, that's true.
Next thing.
Oh,
shit,
man, this is rough. Can't believe there's people that actually paid to try to do this today.
Well, there is every time.
Argumentatively speaking, technically we all paid to do this. But yes.
Yeah, but we didn't pay
Yeah, not just today though. No.
just for this today. Like,
We might want to try and coordinate who's like getting ships. Maybe it's because we're all trying to get ships.
Oh, I agree. I think it's just overloading the ASOC.
I promise to not try and get my Polaris again next time. No going back from that fall. I was hoping the elevator would at least come back up. Hey, I didn't die, so that doesn't go to the death count. I'm safe. You spawn in Pyro at a station, or do you still have to start in Stanton at the regular home stations? You can spawn in Pyro, but once you've selected Stanton, you're kind of stuck there. Everyone's trying to log on right now at this moment, crashing the servers. Just give it time. It'll spread out. Crashes seem to be on a schedule. Is it every 5 minutes or every 5 minutes from getting into the game? Like servers last 5 minutes? Are they increasing players until crash? I don't know. Nah, it doesn't count as a death. Is the game the game's a joke because we crashed? This is kind of concerning for a wave 1 build. There's probably like something. It's wave 1 EPTU. Like, don't, guys, don't. This is why they don't like to show Evocati stuff either. Let's hold on until it gets to a point where it's ready to go live. I mean, even when it does go live, it'll probably still be rough. To be quite honest, 324, was it 324? Yeah, 3.24 went live and was like completely broken, and it got fixed within like a week or so. So just see what kind of stuff is causing the problems that they're having, and like they'll work through it. You seen way worse wave ones? Yeah, same. It's super smooth when the game is running. What's the plan?
Ray, can you want to see if you can join a server?
People in testing chat are saying that servers are completely full and no one can join.
Yeah, that server we were on, I think, has crashed out, but we're still tied to that in the back end. So I think copyings are in the option.
I'm
to be
loading.
honest. Oh, he's
All
loading.
right. I'm gonna join on you like the rest of the party after that.
Copy.
Hopefully that works.
Nah, I didn't die. Doesn't count. No
The
deaths.
server is full.
Yes, this is Rig for Chris Roberts. Can you give him a message? Can you tell him not to make me embarrassed?
You'll say
myself?
people really don't understand what early builds are. Like when GTA 6 development stuff got leaked, people were saying it looked bad. That game? Is that 4 years from release? That looks terrible.
As everybody's computer explodes.
You understand it's an early build. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a disagreement.
I'm not tied to the session anymore. Do you want to come back out?
Hey, you're right.
I'm still loading. I can't come back out yet.
Oh shit. Alright.
I just did. Now I'm gonna.
Says death not respawns. Yeah, but I didn't die.
I'm gonna give you a party lead.
I'll stay where I'm at then.
There you go. You're the lead now, Rig. You bring us in.
Pyro isn't affecting gameplay in Stanton because it's running 2 separate servers for Pyro. Yes. So the things mainly happening in Pyro, the way that things are being loaded and such, it's all still going back to the entity graph. So it's going to be permanent at the end of the day, or it's going to affect it at the end of the day, but not immediately. Kind of like not how it would if you loaded a Polaris in the hangar next to you.
That and like to do back.
You have no hopes anymore? Yikes, man. If 42 flops, what damage do you think it'll do to SC? On the other hand, if it releases and is received well, think we will get anything from it or see anything happen? I think, like, if it doesn't do well, this game is going to suffer a lot. Because I think they're depending on that as an additional source of income over the next few years. If it does really well, then I think we're going to see expanded expectations for what comes beyond Star Citizen. I think we'll continue down the road of whatever's going on with Star Citizen, but I think Squadron being a big success could mean a lot of different things for the future of CIG. They expressly mentioned that they wanted more eyes on the progress of 4.0. This is an expanded Evo build. Evo builds are extremely rough. Peeps expecting to just play in this Wave 1 are asking to be disappointed. Galather, dude. It's almost not worth it. Like, I'm basically done. We could be 3 months. We could be talking about the importance of a system and the possible instabilities of it for months on end. And then day one, you jump into an experimental build and it crashes and people are like, ah, I've given up. I've given up on all of this. It's over. Everything's done. It's everything that happens right now will be hyperbolic. There will be a conversation to be had about about this over the next couple of weeks, but trying to just like talk about it being an early build is just not even worth it. It is true Wave 1 has it in their hands, Red. Just kind of kicking them around, knocking them against the wall a little bit. But we're in 4.0 Wave 1 right now. Could you make a video responding to what Pirate Software said about Star Citizen? Would be cool to even hear you guys talk if you can get his attention. That's a little bit late to respond to that. I don't really have much of a response. I think what he said is pretty... It's pretty spot on. There are definitely things that, like, you know, you can tell him to help fill in the gaps and understand a little bit more of how the game's going to work. But, like, there are definitely things to be concerned about, worried about, and watching when it comes to how much they've sold when surrounding this game. So I don't think I'd have a very interesting response to make from that. Would love to have him on the podcast at some point, but most people from outside the community don't take it all that seriously just yet. How strong is the rumor about Squadron going to console? Not strong. I think everybody just kind of... Oh man, it's a very full... Can I get in here? Can I squeeze in with you guys? Thank you. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I've got to post that. That's pretty funny. I think there are possibilities of Squadron going to console at some point. I don't think like a simultaneous release with PC is going to be a thing. I think that console would be something to consider after you make sure it can run on PC and run well. Console would absolutely blow up the sales, but Squadron would also probably blow up the consoles, at least right now. I think it would do great on console. I do. But I'm not sure that's something that they're going to be trying to do immediately. This isn't Star Citizen, I'm talking about Squadron. I also think that... there's a lot of people here. I also think that... Thank you very much. Whoop. I also think that the way that they're changing the game is not indicative of them going to console. People think that, like, making things easier for controller means console. It doesn't. Just means making it easier to play on a gamepad because people like to do that even on PC. So, don't take that as them suddenly pivoting towards console or something. Saint, thank you for the 10 memberships on YouTube. Appreciate you and your support. I hope you're enjoying the stream and what little gameplay we're getting. Hope you're having a good day too. Thank you very much. Crash in 2.5 minutes. Let's see. Thank you very much. What made you choose Stanson versus Pyro for starting? I wanted to experience the jump with the org. Thank you very much. Can you comment on the recent nerf of quantum fuel? Makes it sound like I'm gonna get like a news report on me. Makes sense to me. Just trying to balance. Okay, YouTube, knock it off. They're trying to balance out the, you know, how much fuel we need. You started Elite on... Whoa, my God! There are so many people. Holy crap! Dude, I did not realize there were that many people in this freaking bus. Oh my God, that must have been like 80, like 60, 50 people. I don't know how many that was. It's quite a while. Wow. Hope if they make a console build is going to be its own thing like Star Wars, Star Trek Online. Yeah. It would want to be its own thing. Server FPS is way down. It looks like something just happened. We might have just crashed, actually. Yeah, I think a whole bunch of people just crashed.
Backend's falling apart again.
Did you guys just crash, or is everybody just disconnected from each other?
No, the server's dead. Like my tram is floating off into space.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go.
So it is on a timer.
It is on a timer. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, God damn.
they have it set for the server to crash every 5 minutes.
Or I wonder if that's the average amount of time it takes for a bunch of people to go spawn a ship at the same time.
That's
the
almost
issue, I
the
think.
same thing we had at the Daymar rally last year. You'd get in, but as soon as people pull ships, it would crash the server.
But I mean, it makes this explains why they want to test with smaller groups of people first.
Yeah.
Yep.
People in chat, it's about time for a crash. We getting there.
Thanks, chat. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Sending out the bad vibes and it's hurting us.
You can't play this game, it sucks. Why are you watching a stream then? Like, if you believe that the game can't be played and you also don't think it's good, what's the point? Just like real boring life, I take it. They got a lot of data from breaking the EPTU. Oh, the datas. You heard it here first. Space Tomato says quantum fuel prices are fine. We'll be following this story more as it develops. More at 9. Subscribe for our newsletter. Oi. Oi. Your guess is that they are stress testing how many people can join before the server falls apart? Maybe. Who knows? I'm betting like this is a much larger group of people that they're testing it with now. I'm betting they're getting all kinds of weird inconsistencies in the code now that they have to go and fix on like a, go back, try it again. Okay, this is happening. Go back, try it again. It's almost like dog food testing. Hate watching is a thing. It's true. And they're here. I mean, they're like... Gaming Nostalgia Remastered says it's fun to see the game crash and burn. I mean, chill, man. You're paying for my dinner. But that's okay. Whatever you enjoy. I think that what we end up having is like people who are interested in seeing how things are going, and then people who want to... Who are waiting for the first chance to be able to be like, yep, see what I said? Look at that, see what I said? If nothing was happening, right, if the game was running well, how much do you think people would hop in and be like, oh, this game sucks. It's so bad. This is so dumb. Usually when we're having like a good time on a stream, when there's good gameplay going, things are rolling smoothly, the game's running, you don't really see that too much. It's more when we have like a day one launch of a brand new patch on a brand new tech and things are falling apart and people are like, never gonna happen. Nope. Never gonna happen. And I'll just chuckle about it and see you all here on Monday. Wasn't there server recovery in the last meshing test with the architecture? I don't remember. A couple days ago was the first time that server recovery really got my respect, though. We had spent like 30 minutes getting ready for this big Polaris capital ship thing where we all got together and ran an event. And then the server crashed. And you're like, dude, if this was a 30K, we would have called the event. We would not have continued. That took way too long to prepare. But we just like got back to it in a minute. And everything went along. And I was like, wait, hold on. That's server recovery actually doing its job. I appreciate that. I don't think I've mentioned that a single time since that's been brought in, but I do appreciate when server recovery saves you like a good 30 minutes of work. You think the game will get better eventually? It is bad at the moment. I mean, yeah. I don't think you could seriously get anybody to look you in the face and say, yeah, this is a good game. It's missing a lot of stuff. But, most people, I think, know it's still in development. You had to unsub from Tomato because he's too handsome and plays too many awesome and entertaining games. I wouldn't mind playing a couple more games, not gonna lie. I'm looking at that game, Arc Raiders, I think it's called. It's a new extraction shooter. It's got a little bit of a sci-fi slant to it. I like what I see there. That might be the first extraction shooter I play on stream. When people say they look forward to watching the game fail, you say you need a hug, bro. Bro, dude, my friend, a lot of people need a hug. Actually, not even joking. That is not unironic or ironic or whatever. Legitimately, people need more like love and community in their life. I think that's a big part of what we suffer from as a species these days. Doesn't have to be a hug. It could literally just be somebody sitting with you and talking with you in the morning. But I think we're grossly lacking that across the board. Yeah, Embark, who made the finals. Looking pretty cool. Scott, you're constantly being told by people how stable and fun the game is and how you must be the only one having issues and they're serious. Hey man, as many people as there are who just like sit there and try to look for things to crap on this game for and say it's horrible and it's always going to be bad and everything's going to be terrible, there's also plenty of people who will sit there and ignore the bad parts of the game and pretend that it's all perfect and everything's good and nothing is wrong. And both of those people are the problem. And that's the case with everything. Generally, it's the extremes that are the problem when it comes to opinions. Most people are somewhere in the middle 70% of opinions in terms of extremities. And like, I would say you get a lot of good conversation from the extremes, but you shouldn't base your understandings of the topic from the extremes, you know? I'm probably in the upper positive part in terms of positivity when it comes to Star Citizen, and I try to account for that by acknowledging the things that I do see problems with. But I will bring people who I feel are more positive than I am into the talk. I'll bring people, not as often, but I'll bring people who I feel are much more negative than I am, because generally you get most of the good conversations from the extreme opinions. That is why extreme opinions work so much better on social media. That's why people try to put extreme opinions and extreme examples out there on the internet, because they get attention. But at the end of the day, expectations should be set on more of the central viewpoints of that thing. And it's hard to balance the majority opinion and the extreme opinions that affect the project. Like, you're not going to get a discussion about how bed logging should work from somebody who is sitting in the direct middle in terms of opinions on bed logging, but you also want to discuss bed logging in a sense that you know it'll move forward, and you want to try and predict that, talk about it, and share it with other people. So you find somebody who has a more extreme opinion so that they will actually share the stuff they have to say instead of the person who has, like, you know, a couple sentences of opinion. And that's hard to do, but there's definitely people on both the positive, too positive, and too negative side, I think, when it comes to this and any other game. After all the hardship with the initial hangars and freight elevators was sorted, the game really became enjoyable with the server recovery. You love this game and you need a hug? I feel you. Anyone here actually believes Star Citizen will ever be in a bug-free, polished state? I honestly don't believe any game I ever play will be bug-free. I think Star Citizen could be in a polished state. I don't think that in order to enjoy the game or be excited for it, you need to believe that it's going to be in a polished state. I certainly don't think that humanity is ever going to be a great and fantastic race that loves each other and leads to the best success for the most amount of people, but I'm still here to take part in it and be a part of humanity and reap the benefits and enjoy the joys and deal with the consequences altogether. Same goes for any other project I'm part of. I have doubts about everything that I'm happy and excited for, but having doubts doesn't mean not enjoying those things. Afro Snowman. Do you know if Arc Raiders has a PvE co-op mode? I don't know. Seems pretty straightforward extraction. All I've seen for it is a reveal trailer, so maybe there is something about that. Oh my god, dude, this is so many people. This is nuts. And of course my gun's sticking out my back. Good that people are different, otherwise nothing would change. Oh. Dude, this is crazy. How many people are in this bus right now? Oops. They made it to the ASOPs. They made it to the ASOPs. Let's see. Let's see if as soon as the ASOPs start to get interacted with. Dude, there's too many people. Like, there's no way this isn't gonna work. You can't call this many ships. What are we gonna all line up? How many people are there here right now? 260 people on this server. Like, we're screwed. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh my god. "40 seconds until crash? Let's see. Haha! Wait, I'm not gonna get a ship, actually. I'm just gonna get on somebody else's ship. Once I see one of my org folks go to an elevator, we'll just go with them. It's also extremely laggy. Like, this is the absolute worst. I got 270 people in a single place right now. I don't even know which elevator to get in. I'm just looking for one of my org mates. I don't even see any of my org folks here. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Anybody got a hangar yet?
I can't even get out of get out of the apartment.
Ooh, ouch.
I have one, but I don't have Pyro Gateway. There's not much to use.
I saw some of you at the train. Oh, here you are. Okay. I'm gonna stick with you.
Hey, there's someone laying on my bed. They need to hurry up and get up so maybe they can open the door so I can leave.
Honestly, it's better than expected. Dude, I mean, the server FPS isn't great. We're down below 5 right now, which sucks. But we have 270 people on the same server here. We need to spread out. That's what I would love to see. Until dynamic server meshing comes in, I think this might always be the problem with at least starting these sessions. starting these sessions out. They keep crashing from Pyro. We keep crashing too. This is not working. I mean, surely it's not smooth, but it's working. This is what I consider working. I don't know. We'll see if the ship spawns. We crashed a couple times, but toes. Dude, it's a lot. 260 people. Smev! Yo, oh god. What just happened? What just happened? Goldmund and Smev, thank you both for the subs on Twitch. What the heck just happened? Where am I? Did the elevator just do something? This is a new one for me. Inside the planet. Oh, that's sick. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet.
Well, we keep crashing every 5 minutes roughly, so.
Anybody else who was on that elevator that just glitched out?
Yeah, I'm in elevator hell at the minute.
Not much has been happening.
I don't think any elevators are working. Pyro's
to a
the gateway
no, I got to a
station and
ship.
Things working.
It just dropped me off in the wall. All right. Ooh, do I die or do I go back to menu? Oh, what the heck? Yeah, my whole view is messed up. Look at this. All right, I die. Oh, it doesn't even let me die. No, I think I will have to go back to menu. That's not fun. Yeah, push it to live. Oh, I was in somebody else's hangar. Well, we haven't crashed. If I can't die, I have to go back to menu, but I can't join on menu. Well, let's see. Elevators of Death are back. Yeah, the transit refactor is not in 4.0, so they're not going to be fixing anything that has to do with elevators for this one. They never left. Always has been, kid. Okay, did I just crash from trying to leave? Or did the whole thing crash?
Live.
Did
I thought it was actually very smooth.
Oh, what the heck? Did everything just crash, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. I timed that extremely well. I pressed exit game, and then it crashed.
Nice. I was stuck in the elevator the whole time with 50 other people.
Oh.
Oh, hey, you might have been
That
with
sounds like
Buzz.
fun. Sweaty.
I think when you chose exit game, you just chose exit game for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be better than the game just randomly crashing.
You're like, all right, tomatoes out. Let's shut down that server.
Yeah, all done with this YouTube session.
Gosh.
I think I was on the same server as you guys because this one died as well.
Thousands of players paying for the subs only to realize it's still an Evocati build. Yeah, well, EPTU, I guess, is not necessarily as good as PTU, and maybe it's better to specify that, but it's the PTU Wave 1 technically. So like, if they're going to push it over to the people who are available to the PTU Wave 1, people are going to expect PTU Wave 1 kind of level. And I guess that's kind of the difficult position they put themselves in, because people have been saying, push it, push it, push it, push it. Stop putting it in Evocati. Like, people are already doing it on YouTube and Twitch, so push it. And now they push it. And awkward moment. It's still running like it did in the Evocati, except with more people on it now. Thanks for having the patience to go through this. It's just how it is. We had 366 people in the shard, and 323 of them were on that one server. Yikes, 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 yikes. What's the working theory for what makes a patch ready for Evocati? For Evocati? I don't even know. I have no idea, like, what. I guess they must have some kind of a metric to go from QA to Evocati. What's up, Thaddeus? I am not in Pyro. We started in Stanton. Wanted to try and take the jump with the org. It's not happened yet. You were told that the last Evo 4.0 build was the most stable build of SC that has ever been released. I've heard that. I heard CIG actually shipped them a physical plaque that said it was the best thing to ever happen on Earth. Performing exactly as you predicted. Good call.
The furthest I've made it so far is to my hangar, spawned my ship, and the doors didn't open.
I made it to
Train, elevator, and then crash. I feel like I'm in the Matrix, dude.
%-L.
Waiting for Pyro since 2019. What's another few years? Hey, man, I'll take what's another few weeks, but, like, let's get a roll on. Let's go. I'm not waiting another few years. Did they just say CIG was resetting servers on purpose? I'm not really listening to what they said. Maybe somebody is theorizing that, but I don't think anybody actually knows. People complain and cry so much about this game, just go play something else. You stopped playing for some time. Dude, I wouldn't even play this game that much if I wasn't covering it. I agree. Like, it's not worth it. I don't know. People will be like, dude, what do I do to keep the faith? How do I stay in this? Like, don't. Drop it. Leave it behind. It's not going anywhere. It's literally nobody turning their back and, like, not playing this game. It's not gonna end the world. I know plenty of people who play this game very seriously, who are high ups in our org, who love to follow the game and get involved and all that stuff, and they take regular breaks. It's not crazy to do so. And if you don't like the game, it's just as easy to, like, step away from it. I think that what you'll get is people who, like, either really do love this game and are into it, and they are just, like, disappointed that it's not working at the same pace that they would like it to, so they express some of that disappointment, but they're not, like, you know, gunning for it to fail and stuff like that. And then you have people who are just like, they just like to get engagement and they like to get on people's nerves, and the more you respond, the more fun they're having. So I think most people are in that first group, or just not actually caring that much. The second group's really small. It's just vocal. Yeah, you do need breaks from time to time. You're playing Final Fantasy Online right now, just watching SC stream on your other monitor. See, there's the way to do it. You went on a 3-year hiatus when you were jaded with SC and it didn't kill you. And then you came back and you still had to wait longer. When do you think server meshing will become dynamic? Hopefully soon. I'm betting they don't enjoy. They're not going to enjoy supporting static server meshing for a long time. It's going to get expensive. Watching from Indonesia, please accompany you until the day because you have unfinished animation work. Welcome. Good to see you in the chat. I've actually got Captain's Table coming up pretty soon here, but I'm going to throw you all over to the Captain's Table so you can join us for our talk. I'll be joining Astropub, having a little chat about... What about? 4.0 maybe? IAE? Would larger ships have their own dedicated server shard? In certain situations, yeah, I think that will happen. The entire Pyro system is there. All planets, moons, and locations. Sometimes it feels like people complain about complainers more than the complainers complain. Depends on where the complainers are complaining and where complainers are complaining about the complainers when they complain and where you hear the complaints from, you know? That's what it's all about. You've loved the game for years but had to take a break. Heard it had gotten better, decided to give it another shot. It's not there yet, but it's different than what you left before 3.18. I can agree with that. Definitely not there yet, but it has changed somewhat. Ooh, you smoking brisket. That's delicious. Your break from SC game is currently Ashes of Creation. You think you just hate yourself? I would pick a game that's finished to be like somewhere in your lineup. Mine is Civ right now. Civ 6. Huge Civ fan. I did some Satisfactory for a little while. It looks like Halo is actually having some good times, so maybe I'll get into some Halo multiplayer again. Tarkov is fun if you don't die too much. I was supposed to play Tarkov, man, like a year ago. I was going to jump in with Goat. I had him on the podcast, and we were talking about doing some Tarkov. I think he's kind of left it behind at this point, but I was supposed to jump in a year ago and just never got around to it. Your point was to say it's okay, yeah, to take a break from SC. It is. It's healthy. It helps. See me? I'm messed up in the head, folks. Don't end up like me. Don't be like me. I have had too much of the Star Citizen Kool-Aid sugar corn syrup brain rot. My brain has basically been sitting in a vat of Star Citizen flavored corn syrup for the last 5 years. So I'm not doing great. Don't get to my point. Take a break. Talk to somebody. What is that Michael Jordan meme? The commercial he did back in like the 80s or 90s. He's like, talk to somebody. Get help. Yeah, just stop. Get some help. Like that's Michael Jordan, he's telling you. It's like, take some time away. Michael Jordan has played too much Star Citizen, and he knows the detriment. Quite a few similarities with Tarkov and SC. Yeah, there's quite a bit of crossover there. Maverick, thank you for the bit, dude. This is arguably one of the worst loading screens I've ever seen. I've had too much time to look at it now. Pretty sure it's been the same for like 5 years. No, we haven't been loading the whole 2 hours. We've been in and out of the game. It works for a certain amount of time, and then it stops working. The time in which it does works pretty cool. The time in which it does not work, as you can see. Yeah, at least give me like the ability to play Snake on the loading screen or something. How many players were in a server back in 3.18? Players per server during 3.18, I think was about, I think it was 75, maybe? Or 100? What was it back then? Had it gone up to 100 by that point? Was it 50 still? It was 50. Yeah, the God, I can't believe we were playing with just 50 players for that long. It's going to be like that at some point. We're going to look back and be like, Jesus, I can't believe we were on 100 player servers at some point. We were doing 50 players like 2 years ago? Ay, ay, ay. That's pretty wild. I thought it was earlier than that. What's the highest number of players that have ever been on a shard for server meshing? I think they hit 2,000 last month. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy some of this music for a little bit and go to the bathroom. At least it looks a little cinematic if I do this, right? Be right back, y'all. Alright, anything chain while I was gone? Did we make any progress? No? We didn't. Imagine if I had left and it, like, everything worked really well, and then I came back and it crashed. You don't have to imagine that, it'll probably happen at some point. Are you saying when you play the game you want it to be unstable to the point of being unplayable? What? I missed several minutes of amazing gameplay. Jesus, did it take that long for me to pee? You know what? It's honestly... I'm hoping that live is better than this, but I did expect this to be the reality at some point of testing this patch. Side conversation. I got you. Clean for 5 minutes as you got back. It crashed back to this screen. Shameless Glorious. Dude, that's wild. Like, my game's crashing back to the loading screen. That's really kind of them that they don't send me back to the main menu. I appreciate that. We just crash you right back to loading. We already know your addiction is real. You hope live is better than this. Just wish it was sooner so you could play sooner. Dude, live's gonna have to be better than this. I mean, I'll give you some day one wiggle room, especially when going to live, because live, the numbers for live are gargantuan compared to this, but it's still 4.0 is an important patch. This is like a really important moment for them. They've got to make sure that it works well to some extent.
Oh my god.
Tomato, you might want to just try and relaunch your game, man.
Are you guys all in?
No,
We're not in. We need 30K.
We got in and crashed since you've been loading.
Oh,
in.
what the heck?
30K. There you go.
30K.
That's rude.
You haven't missed anything, man.
Shame.
Yeah, you haven't missed anything.
The copy account takes 10 seconds and it's working.
Oh, Dragor's in the server.
All right, I'm
Hey,
gonna
did
pause
anybody
this
else
whole
just
thing.
crash back
Yeah,
to...
I just went back to desktop.
All right. We'll just go all the way back to desktop and see what happens then. But at this point, I'm going to have to start getting ready to switch over to Captain's Table. So... yeah, that's what I missed. I missed the crash. Darn it. Wish I had gotten in for that. Content can wait. They must get this tech working. I think next year is going to be the watershed year. I don't know if there is a watershed, but I agree that they do need to get the tech working. Content and features can wait. Oh, wow. Look at all these friend requests. Oh, my God. So friendly. Little social butterflies. Look at us. Oh, wow. Yay. Ew. Full. 378 out of 380. It's weird to see that number on here. Looks like... yeah, I don't think we're getting in. Can't join because the session's too full. Which session? Oh, it's because it's not available. At least I got to the main menu. Like, I'd rather be in somewhere where I can click buttons than a loading screen where I can't click anything. Gutted 4.0 in Wave 1. Tell me, what was 4.0 gutted of? Let's go over the features of 4.0 that won't be out by the end of this month. We've got actually, I don't even have to do that. I think I've got that saved on a sheet here. This is some research I was doing for a video I made last week, I think it was. the amount of features that actually are getting delivered for 4.0 technically is only one light item less than what was proposed back in March, I think it was. Because certain things were added, certain things were removed, and it's not, I mean, I would say not all features are equal, so I'll give you that. Engineering is definitely a big loss from 4.0, but I would hesitate to call it gutted. I would say it's definitely not going to hit as hard, but no need to be hyperbolic. 2 hours of stream, still can't join. I joined a few times, but I definitely didn't get as much as I had hoped in. You don't mind 4.0 being gutted for now, you'd rather only have them struggling with server meshing than with everything plus meshing. That's fair. Certainly sucks to see some of the biggest features in the patch pushed off, but server meshing is what matters. Let's get server meshed, and then let's get feature meshed or something. Whatever. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna dive into this channel with Mr. Astropub. See if he's gone live yet. He is live. So I'll keep this going until we finally do switch over there, but a huge shout out, a huge thank you to everybody who joined me for this testing phase. Again, I know there are a ton of options for you guys to choose, and getting to hang out and prepare for this and sit in your 4.0 waiting room and see some extra gameplay. I appreciate you for choosing the tomato, though. We try to put our all into the community. Events, giveaways, special guarding games, and different things. It's our joy, and it's a big part of what Mrs. Tomato likes to do as well. So thanks for being a part of this community, folks. Thanks for being here. If you want to get like more into things, we don't just do Star Citizen. We play other games. We have a Satisfactory server. Plenty of our players play different games across the board on our Discord server. We have a channel for our pets. We have a channel for food, for real life conversation. We have a book club forum where people talk about the books they're reading, the movies they're watching, all kinds of stuff. We are not just Star Citizen. So like, if you enjoy this community, I encourage you, join us on Discord a little bit. Come see what goes on there. It's only a little bit less weird than here. And hope you've gotten... Jesus. Should I trust it? Hope you've gotten at least something out of watching this. You let YouTubers suffer testing SC on your behalf while you spent copious amounts of money on Star Trek Online. Good way to go. Oh! More people in here now. Excuse me. Pardon me. You don't care that engineering and what else was gutted. You just want to see some different scenery other than Stanton. Hey, that's honestly not as common a take as I would assume. I think that's a more common take than we get notified of. Some people just want a new place to go around. It's not all about the features for everybody. Take care, remember, they promised. Is that your slogan? We're not going anywhere just yet. I'm just letting you guys know, because as of now, we should be... Oh my god, there's no more room! Wait for the next one. We should be getting into Captain's Table somewhere soon here. I got you into SC Heavy and for real. The tipping point video in 2020 really tipped me over. Yo, that was like I made that video specifically to try and reach out to level cap. Then we ended up doing a couple episodes, podcast episodes after that. 3 hours and you're still in the elevator. This game sucks hard. Dude, you wouldn't believe it. 3 hours and I was also still in bed. How terrible is that? Is anybody... Can you guys, like, not hit the button to open the door so we can... Oh, the buttons are broken. That's why. We can't go anywhere. Haha! Uh-oh. Get me out of here. That person was like, screw this, I'm gonna f***ing kill myself. Oh, they made it to the ground floor. Star Citizen and Tarkov have the same issue. Yeah, Tarkov, I think, plays as a more complete game, though. There's, like, more to do with that game. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to make it to Pyro here. But we can at least keep looking at the stats and see how the game's performing. So it looks like we're still in double-digit server FPS. 135, 36 people on this server. 363 people on the shard overall. Oh, and the pub is ringing.
Hello.
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 Hey, I've got the whole stream here with me, so I
Yeah.
figured I should raid them into you.
Okay.
When should I do that?
Hello, stream.
I'm still. That's why I'm calling you now, so we can do the setup. So.
Oh.
You do it now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works.
Look, it's like you guys planned it or something.
Did you? I was 2.0ing in this patch. I don't know about you.
2.0ing?
Yeah.
Dude,
Star Citizen 2.0.
God, I do not
you know?
remember. I don't remember what happened at
When
the
we
2.0 launch. I was not playing that much that then.
When we had timers of how long you crashed, like how long you could actually get in.
Yeah.
Like crashing like every 10 minutes or every like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems to be fairly.
You guys are bitching about Eva Cardi. Oh, welcome to the club. Glad you could come in and join.
It's PTU.
It was. It's been way worse than that. It's been way worse than what you've seen.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's that sort of thing, and then they'll get it down and they'll work on it. I'm not really complaining about it. I just wanted to see if it was just me or if other people are also having the same sort of crash every 10 minutes.
It's definitely consistent.
It's definitely a loading problem. Right? As in, there's more people now, so that's why they're stressing the system.
I think
Did you even get near the jump point?
Nope. I didn't even get out of the hangar.
Yeah, so the problem I was having was just before it went live was we couldn't get to the jump. Every time we got near the jump point, it was busted. Like you couldn't get through it. It just kept saying closing all the time.
We crashed.
So,
I just crashed.
Yeah.
Right.
Looks. It seems
I'm
like,
in the
according to testing chat, all servers are down now. So that's them taking down the servers to see what's going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. All right. Well, hopefully they can fix it and get it to where it needs to go. I'm guessing we'll have quite a bit of talking about this.
We'll talk a little bit about it. We're mostly going to talk about the ships, but we'll talk about 4.0. In the Q&A, will probably bring brought up about this, but
yeah, that's true.
What
How much is Star Citizen screwed because the test didn't work? It's all good. Your crashes.
First time. Logan said he had a family emergency at last minute that he had to deal with. So,
poor stream. Poor stream. They only get the sexy in front of now. Oh.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
No, that was on the record.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna clip that, send it to Loken.
Yeah, they should. Teach him to be on time.
Yeah, don't have family emergencies.
Feel free.
No,
feel free to,
I'm just teasing. You know that.
feel free to right over when you want to, and I will send you all your cameras. So
All right.
that's it up.
Sounds good. All right, y'all.
I'm still making a cuppa because I just.
Sorry. All right, y'all. You know what that means. So I'm going to send us all over there on both YouTube and Twitch. We'll head over there, and we're gonna have a talk. It's basically an info runner show. It's me, the Astropub, and Execute, and we're gonna talk. It sounds like the 4.0 servers have gone down, so I guess the best thing we can do is talk. So feel free to join us. We'll be talking about the ships of IAE. Looks like his chat should be starting on YouTube soon. So YouTube, you'll head over there too once the stream ends. We'll be talking about the ships of IAE, the Starlancer, the Crusader Intrepid, the Polaris, probably what else we think is coming, things that might have leaked. And we'll probably talk a little bit about what was going on with 4.0 today, because that was a lot. But thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate the vibes that get set up in here. It should take you right over there after I end the stream on YouTube. Just look for the little pop-up in chat. But if not, I don't have a link to it. Just search the Astro Pub on YouTube. Either way, though, you guys are great. I will be back on Monday. We'll probably do some 4.0 stuff, or we'll at least be chatting about how 4.0 is going. But we are in the no man's land now. Let's see how it goes. Does it go up or down, or stay the same, or whatever? Who knows? And when we find out, I don't know. But I'll see you all next time. Have a great weekend. Appreciate y'all. You're good people. Much love, everybody. Have a blast or something. I need a better slogan. It's like get juicy. Like get juiced, bro. See y'all juiceables? I don't even know.